So Instacart's very operationally complex, with four sides as a marketplace. Could you maybe share a little bit more about what you're working on at Instacart, maybe some of the specific challenges with it as a more complex marketplace?
Yeah, I think as you mentioned, it's four-sided, and the more sides there are, the more kind of needs and incentives that one needs to balance, and pressures that come along with it. I think the other thing that's also interesting about Instacart is the dynamics of a marketplace, as you know, will change depending on the liquidity and consolidation on each side. And Instacart has multiple sides that are highly consolidated. There aren't that many retailers, grocery retailers in the U.S. That capture most of the market share. And similarly, the number of large CPG advertisers is relatively limited in the grand scheme of things. And separate from that, there was inherent tension, and continues to be always inherent tension in Instacart's business model, which is that, the part of the reason why Instacart worked and some of the previous versions of this didn't work, like Webvan, Peapod, Fresh Direct, for those who lived in New York or live in New York, is that having inventory close to the point of delivery that's refrigerated, and the range of SKUs that you need for grocery has always been challenging. This is why Amazon has also had a hard time in the grocery category. And so the innovation that Instacart came up with, which is a business model innovation, but is that, hey, actually there are warehouses near people's houses. They're called grocery stores. And they're refrigerated, they're easy to use, and they're free to use. So why don't we take advantage of that and create a logistics network based on that? As you can imagine, this is good for the retailers if it's incremental demand, but it's potentially conflicting to the retailers if it's capturing in-store volume, because it can potentially be lower margin depending on what they choose to mark up on the platform, and what their net fees end up being via Instacart. And different retailers have different strategy there. So anyway, that's more about the business. I'm happy to talk about the specific things that we worked on. So I'm happy to tell you a little bit about the ads work that I did, that I helped lead at Instacart.